Let's stay together. I've got sunshine on a cloud. Cold outside. I got the I Boy, when you stand, there's a magic that must be love. To take it slow, we got to we go around the boogie, cherry I'm with you all. Then you can I'm right with you all. I'm on the run tonight away. When the groove is on.
Hey everybody.
Nice.
Hey everybody.
Hey.
How you getting your own concert on this beautiful day in Pine Bluff? You're listening to the Rodney Bldg Collective. William Kendrick on keys, Jonathan Burks on drums, Corey Harris on bass guitar, and lovely vocalist Bijou. My name is Rodney Bldg, and I want to say thank you to Mr. King for the invite, and we're here to promote and get the word out. King for Jefferson County prosecuting attorney, so he needs your support, and thank you for being here. And we're going to keep the music going for a little bit, but I think they have some chili back there, and it's not Hormel's. I think it's I think somebody cooked it. Did y'all used to eat Hormel's chili back in the day? I'm digging myself. I used to eat that Hormel's chili out of a can with the beans. That was my favorite. All right, we try to do something nice for you guys.
I used to spend all my nights out in ballrooms. Liquor was the only love I know. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom. Brought me back from being too far gone. Tennessee, Mississippi, you're as sweet as strawberry wine. on your love all the time. I look for love in all the same old places. Found the bottom of the bottle's always dry. But when you poured out your heart, I embraced it. And now there's nothing like your love to me. And you're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as the brandy. And darling, I stay stoned on your love all the time. As Tennessee whiskey, you're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Darling, I stay stoned on your love all the time.
Nice, nice.
So hard and I'm not here. I keep that pretty bitch so wiped out, but we trust in you. But I put my guard down for you. Said I put my guard down for you. Said I'll be on the phone, so you can break my heart if you want to. Say it now. Told come through, it's time to in. 32 loud and size, cause I'm Don't even name at the prize. You can stay one. It's been one of those nights. One of those nights I've had it. It's been a minute. Everybody's ready to get but it's never the same as the first time you did it. First time you did it. I'ma put my heart down for you. Said I put my heart down for you. Said I'll be so you can break my heart if you want to. So when you get down, I said when you get down. She said when you get down, I said when you get down, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
Start every day. Just like the road you were the only soul. Dream like you every night. Just like getting right. When it's time you come my way, I know just what and we so I want to know your name when we I started write you a letter. I wanted to be forever. I wanted to get down and sweet talk you, baby. Just like the baby, I tried to come like good night.
Love it, love it, love it. Yeah. Oh. That's it right there. You're killing it. Oh, yeah.
New Orleans, baby. Is everybody happy?
Yeah.
Again, we're here. Did you want to say some words, my man?
I do, but I mean, you're killing it right now. I'm feeling it. So, I mean, you're in the groove.
Well, we're here to give great support for Mr. King, running for Jefferson County, Lincoln County, prosecuting attorney. Right here, he needs your support. Tell all your friends about this election. And we hope to be back to play the victory party.
Yeah.
Again, you're listening to the Rodney Bldg Collective, Corey Harris on bass guitar, Jonathan Burks on drums, William Kendrick on keys, our lovely vocalist Bldg. My name is Rodney Bldg. And can we stay in that vein? Can we stay in that blues vein?
Do it.
All right, we're going to do it. I mean, y'all know I grew up in Dumas. Y'all know.
Okay.
All right, listen.
We know.
You can sing along if you want to.
You know the night I'm loud. It's the right time to be with the one you love. So come on, baby. When I come home to you, I want you to take my hand, hold it as tight as you can. Because it's the right time. Be with the one you love. Hey, at the dawn of you, and my power, that's the power down to so come on, baby.
Thank you so much. You listen to the Rodney Bldg Collective. You can find us on Facebook, Rodney Bldg, Instagram at Bldg, Twitter at Bldg. You can listen to us on Pandora, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, wherever you stream your music. Just type in Rodney Bldg, and you can listen to me at your leisure. Even on your way home today, you can listen to the band.
Yes,
so thanks so much for the invite. Y'all give it up for my main man, Mr. King. You got to say something, man.
First of all, I want to give it up for Rodney Bldg and the Collective.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, you can't kill that soul, you ain't got one. I want to introduce myself for those of you who do not know me. My name is Mircha King, attorney at law, and I'm running for prosecuting attorney here in Jefferson County and also in Lincoln County. Star City.
Yes, sir.
In Pine Bluff, the county seats need to know that there has been a change. There needs to be a change. And I'm that change that you need to vote for. We forgot what justice means as a district. And when I say district, I'm talking about Lincoln and Jefferson County because that's what's called the 11th West District, and that is what we all are in. And that is what the prosecuting attorney is over, Lincoln and Jefferson County, 11th West District. We forgot what justice means. We think that locking someone away, throwing away the key is the answer. There's no discernment. There is no discernment. How do we know that this person does not need probation over a prison sentence, or mental health treatment over a prison sentence, or alcohol and drug treatment over a prison sentence? See, what happens is people get elected into these positions and they do so for personal reasons and they do so for clout. That's not why I put myself out. I've been a defense attorney here since 2018, but before that, when I moved here, I was a teacher at Pine Bluff High. I see some of my students in the audience, some of my students came earlier. And I work with these students and I work with the community. And they saw how I reached out as a mentor because I myself, if I didn't have an intervention in my own life, I wouldn't be here speaking before you today. And I can share just a little bit about that. But before we go into that, more about me personally, I want to talk about what's going on here in Jefferson and Lincoln County. In Lincoln County, you have people who are getting assaulted, who are not getting those cases filed. They're getting ignored. Right here in Pine Bluff, you have people who have been unalived, and those cases are not being followed up on. Those cases are not even being looked at. I'm not sure what's happening in the prosecuting attorney's office, but I'm setting myself up as an example, stepping out here running to be the next prosecuting attorney. Now, I've had 2 trials recently in the past 2 months. Capital murder trial. There was also a felon in possession of firearm trial. And the state took these cases to trial. I believe that they should not have, but I was successful. I got not guilty on both of those trials. Now, don't get me wrong. Prisons exist for a reason. There are some that definitely need to be locked away. But you also have to have the discernment. You have to have discernment. How do you know when someone has that discernment? Well, you see how they treat the least among us. You see how they treat their neighbor. And you can see their spirit and their demeanor. And the people that know me, know my spirit and know my demeanor, know that I've been helping everyone that has come up to me, sometimes for free. I've taken cases pro bono and low bono. And I have helped people who needed help because I was the medium between justice and them. But as the prosecuting attorney on the other side, I can't speak to the person who's accused. But what I can do is I can look at what the file has been brought up to the prosecuting attorney office. But before I even go there, let me explain how the prosecuting attorney's office works. Someone gets arrested on the street. The police who show up, usually after everything has already gone down, writes up what has happened. They send that up to the prosecuting attorney's office. Prosecuting attorneys read what the detectives and the law enforcement have written, and they decide what that person should be charged with and how many charges and how many counts. A lot of people don't know that's how people get charged. The prosecuting attorney was not there. Usually the detectives and the responding officers who are at the scene came after the fact, and they're hearing the story from a victim, and they're reporting that story, and then charges are brought down from the prosecuting attorney. Now, discernment. How do you know what to charge someone, when to charge someone, if you have never stood next to someone that has been going to prison or that has had their lives on the line? As a defense attorney, I have that distinct advantage. I also have that distinct advantage from personal experience. I was not always a perfect child. I got plenty of whoopings, and I was put on probation twice in 2 different states. I had a job opportunity here in Arkansas. I had to ask permission from my probation officer. Hey, can I fly to Arkansas so I can go take this interview? I went to the interview. They asked me about my past. They said, Attorney King, I just want to know one thing. Have you ever been to jail? I said, yes, ma'am. And I wish no one in this room will ever have the opportunity or have that experience. I got that job and I was hired. I can share this with you because the powers that be or the people who are in charge of giving attorneys their licenses, they know everything about it. And I can be an open book and transparent. And that is something that I want the prosecuting attorney's office to be. I want them to be as transparent as I am standing up here before you, sharing stuff about my past and about my life. There's a wall right now between the community and the prosecuting attorney's office. It seems as though they operate in a bubble. The community does not know what the prosecuting attorney's office is doing. They don't know how it works. They don't know how charges are, how they come down. But with me as your prosecuting attorney, my promise to you is that I will make sure that we have quarterly meetings that's open to the community so that the community would know what the prosecuting attorney office is doing, and we can hear your questions, your concerns, and your grievances. Now, I can't promise you that at that meeting those grievances will be addressed, but I can guarantee you that they will be noted and that they will be followed up on. Transparency is something that we lack here in city government and local government as a whole, and we need to open up that office to the community. Another thing, if you walk into the prosecuting attorney's office, I encourage all of you to, it's on the second floor of at the circuit court, right across from the Gold Dome, right across from the Cersei Lake. On the second floor, look into the prosecution. You look into that office and look on the wall and see all the past prosecuting attorneys who were elected in Jefferson and Lincoln County. Just look at them. They have pictures of everyone going back probably 100 years. It's all homogenous. They don't look like me. They have run things like they have been running them. And there are forces here that want to keep things the way they are. They want to keep cases underneath the rug, and they want to sweep things underneath the rug. And I'm here for open transparency. I'm here opening up to you about my life. And that is exactly what I plan to do as your next prosecuting attorney. Now, I want to go back to the subject of discernment. Well, how do you know if someone has discernment? I think I mentioned, well, you see how they treat the least among us, right? A little bit about my background. I'm the only son of a preacher, and only son. So I grew up with the Bible in my right hand. That's the first book that I learned to read. I was not allowed to watch TV. I was always in the Bible or in Bible-based publications. I was trained to be a traveling minister. That was what my father wanted me to do, but that's not the life that I chose. I wanted to play football, and I wanted to go to college. But that foundation of the biblical stories, I can sit here and preach to you. I can sit here and preach to you better than some preachers that I know. And I can tell you about David. I can tell you about his fight with Saul. I can tell you about Joshua. I can tell you about all of the strong men in the Bible whose stories that I leaned on and that I depended on when I did leave home early. But I had those stories already as my foundation. I had a biblical foundation in which to build for. And I think that's important. You want your leaders not just to be religious, but you also want them to be spiritual, and you want them to have discernment, and you want them to be men and women of God. And I'm standing here as a man of God telling you that I will also bring that into the prosecuting attorney position as we discern the futures of some of the people that we know, of our sons, of our daughters, of our cousins. And I am here to let you know that it's time for a change. And early voting starts February 16th. Election day is March 3rd. I encourage you to come out and vote for a change, and vote for Mircha King, prosecuting attorney for the 11th district. If there are any questions, I'll gladly take those questions now.
Yes, sir, Mr. King, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
By you not growing up in Pine Bluff, and by there being so much favoritism in city government, do you see that as an advantage? And if so, tell us how.
I do see that as a distinct advantage. You can tell from the way I speak, my accent, that I did not grow up in Pine Bluff. I'm originally from Boston, Massachusetts. I was born and raised there. I'm a first-generation American on my mother's side. My mother's an immigrant from a country off the coast of Venezuela called Trinidad. It's 11 miles off the coast of Venezuela. She came to America when she was about 22. And she met my father, who's a Georgia boy from Bibb County, Macon, Georgia. And my father boxed. So he was up there with Marvelous Hagler and all those people that boxed in Boston at the time. So I'm not from here. But that is a definite advantage because I don't have any type of loyalties to uphold, and I don't have any type of secret relationships that I have to adhere to. I can be fair and impartial, and be fair and impartial, and not have the chance to have to do a favor for someone because of some sort of past connection. Like I said, my past connection here when I first got started was at Pine Bluff High. At the time, it was Dr. Nellums who was the principal, and it was Dr. Wilson who was the assistant principal. If they were here, they would tell you, I would take out trash, I would teach kids. I had 3 degrees. I went to the University of Massachusetts at Amherst, got my bachelor's from there. I got my master's degree from the University of Arkansas Clinic School of Public Service. And I got my law degree from the William H. Bowling School of Law. And as a side note, my classmates voted me their vice president. So my classmates who are senators now, who are working with the governor, who are all over the state from Bentonville to Hamburg, they know me. And they know what I will bring to this position. They stand behind me. If they could vote for me, they would. But I'm asking for the people of Pine Bluff to believe in me and to go for a change and not see things as they always were, and not to vote one way because your friend is voting a certain way or your pastor's voting a certain way. I want you to vote for a change. And if you want a change, if you want transparency, I am your man, Mircha King, prosecuting attorney for the 11th West District.
All right, all right.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Alderman Stephen Mays, sing y'all. I'm the rock myself. Hey man, you're doing a great thing.
Thank you.
You're a great man, and I appreciate you. As a county prosecutor, we don't never see the prosecutor. They just, everybody always in the office eating. Y'all know that. That's why I try to be visible as a city councilman. 4 terms. I be in the community. Would you be in the community a lot more than the rest of them that come? Who knows who the prosecutors are?
That's the problem. See, there's a lot of terms. I forgot to mention this. Is very important about my background. I was also a prosecuting attorney here, right here, in Pine Bluff, and also over in Arkansas County, in Stuttgart. And you don't know who those attorneys are, and that's one of the issues that I tend to address as your prosecuting attorney is transparency. There's a wall between the community and the prosecutor's office. There's a wall. I plan to bring that wall down. How do I plan to do that? Quarterly meetings, just like how we're here in this room. I'll hold a quarterly meeting each year so that the community can say whatever they need to say, address whatever concern that's on their heart, or something about a relative or a son or a daughter. They can address the office directly at these quarterly meetings. But like I said, those issues that would come up at these meetings may not be addressed right then, but they will be noted and that they will definitely be followed up on. That's a huge issue. No one knows. If the prosecuting attorney walked in right now, I don't know if anybody here will be able to recognize who he is. And that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a big problem. This is the man who is in charge of either putting your son or daughter in prison or putting your son and daughter in some sort of drug rehab or anger management or some sort of alternative form of punishment. And we don't know who he is. We can't point him out in a picture. That's a huge problem. Especially if you go to court and you see all of the defendants or all the people who are accused of crimes that look like a lot of people in this room. So it's a huge problem, and I plan to address it, and that's why I'm stepping out. Right now, I'm a defense attorney, but again, I can do much more on that side to affect justice. I can't speak to the accused, so if you're in charge of a crime, I can't speak to you. I have to go through your lawyer because there are professional rules of conduct that we have to adhere by as attorneys, so I can't speak to the accused. But some of them I know because I taught them. Some of them that I've seen at community events. So I have a background of information. And also those quarterly meetings, you'll get to know the community from the prosecuting office standpoint so that you can better administer justice. Because it's about administering justice, and it's about having discernment, and it's about doing it with integrity. Yes, ma'am.
So back to the issue of obviously sometimes, like you said, we go to trial and wonder how this ever got called up, how it made it that far. will you work with law enforcement to ensure that the proper charges are filed, not based on, just what an officer says, but will you review the evidence and work with law enforcement?
That's a great question. Because as a prosecuting attorney, you have to work hand in hand with law enforcement. They are the first responders. See, nobody likes the police until it's time to call the police, right? So when you hit 911, you want them to be there, and usually we have really good officers, men and women, that will show up and that will do their jobs. But they're not attorneys. So sometimes there's a disconnect between what they see and what they report and what we get when we look at it, and then we look at the law. Okay, so this may not rise to the level of felony aggravated assault, but it could be, some sort of minor misdemeanor assault, or it could be a domestic battery. So as attorneys, that's how we're trained. We're trained to look at the facts of what happens, and we are trained to match those facts with the law and figure out the charges. It's the defense attorney's job, right? My job right now, to say, well, you're not taking into account the fact that has happened after a certain event happened. And it's sort of not necessarily poke holes, but to add more information so that justice can be administered fairly. Because again, prosecuting attorneys only see what the law enforcement officers report to us, and that is how we have to charge the crime. The defense attorney's job is to provide more information and it's to make us decide, okay, this is what we need to do and this is how we carry on.
And so, if law enforcement working with them, that'll also, I'm guessing, help with, we all have the cases, we all see the cases where somebody messed up along the way and a victim, because of the rules of evidence, they couldn't sue the victim, the case was victim. So, I'm guessing working with law enforcement will also ensure that true victims' right to reserve.
Right. So one way to address that would be to work with law enforcement and educate them on certain procedures that need to be followed, that defense attorneys can say, this wasn't followed, so therefore this case gets thrown out. It's important for the prosecuting attorney's office and all law enforcement agencies to be on the same accord. And in that regard, yes, we definitely work together with all departments of law enforcement to make sure that when cases come to us, they're ready to be prosecuted. They're ready to be filed and they're ready to be prosecuted. Now, there are before and now, cases sometimes get filed that should not be filed, and that's how trials are won. Is because something wasn't done correctly, but that's just because of just not having the knowledge. And it's not that you're not smart, it's just that you just need some coaching or some education. We definitely work with the law enforcement in order so that these files can be filed correctly and charges can be charged correctly. I thought I saw a question over here.
Just wondering, a lot of times people say when they start off this at first 30 to 60 to 90 days report. Have you given any consideration for like your goals the first 90 days in office?
That I have. I've thought about the first 30, 60, 90 days when I'm successful. That will have a lot to do with who retains their position. I'm not sure. People come and go with different regimes or different administrations, and some people may not be there. So I've taken that into account, and that will probably be the first hurdle. Will be to retain the talent that we do have, and the people that do want to stay, and the people that do want to administer justice. But here's another thing that we have an HBCU right here in town, University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff Golden Lions. There has never been any type of internship or any type of partnership offered from the PA's office, prosecuting attorney's office, and UAPB. Now, I can say that UAPB does have a relationship with the judge's office. There are some internships that come through Division 1, but the prosecuting attorney's office has never worked with UAPB students, particularly the criminal justice program, to let them see how justice is administered in their own neighborhood. There has never been any type of reach out. That's something else that I plan to change as well. I plan to get UAPB students involved, have them come into the prosecuting attorney's office, especially those that want to pursue careers in law enforcement and pursue careers as attorneys, prosecuting attorneys, or defense attorneys, or just attorneys in general, just to see what we do. There's too much of a wall and a disconnect between the community and the PA's office, and that's one of the things that I tend to address in my first 30, 60, and 90 days, depending upon who's retained and who stays or who goes. There are no more questions. I want to thank everybody for taking time out this Saturday to come out. Thank you very much. Please spread the word. Let them know that I'm running. Mircha is running for prosecuting attorney. My platform is just based upon transparency and change. Transparency and change. And if that is something that the community wants, early voting starts February 16th. Election day is March 3rd. King, prosecuting attorney for 11th West. Thank you.